And our client was The Hague, and they asked us to think about notions of peace and justice. So I wanted to know if they're investigating in environmental crimes, and then they told me no. This law was there, but then it just disappeared and no reason was given. I tried to find for myself the reason of why I should do it and what I can do as a designer. The idea of an ECOCIDE law, I mean, it seems utopian, but I believe that it can be there because, well, it's just a change of 2 sentences and then around 80 people have to agree on it, so it seems very, very doable. But I believe it has conditions in which it can work. So those conditions have to be met first, in the sense of, like, society has to want it. And I mean, my campaign basically just explains it to society. So my campaign just tries to tell people, hey, this is a law. Maybe you find it interesting, but I hope at least you understand. I usually start my work with reading. So I read a lot about what justice itself means and how the ICC got founded. I draw conclusions out of the text. I try to formulate questions. So my question for this project was, like, how can I use design to prevent it from disappearing again? We were very free, and that's usually what in leisure is the case. Like, you want to do in design, I don't believe that leisure will tell you you have to make a product or you have to do this. They might tell you you're going to work with ceramics. I believe in the beginning it's maybe a bit more guided, that they will propose you methods. But in general, I think it's about what your method is. So you have to find out what's your own method, but you can always try different things over different models. You can see it in a philosophical way, you can see it in a very literal way, you can see it in your personal way. In my module, it was that a lot of people started to try to understand philosophical aspects of those topics. Tangible, physically, it doesn't have to. It can be purely a concept, it can be a service, it can be art. I believe that as designers we have ethical responsibility. I believe designers present opportunities, maybe solutions sometimes. We're still only one person. Any craft and you don't have experience with it, find somebody who has experience. I believe that designers will start to become more involved in other areas like law or like even the European Union, because what we can do, what we are getting trained in, is to be very, very flexible. A lawyer wouldn't do what doesn't make sense to him. Somebody who is very good in ceramics wouldn't do something which would not work in his thoughts with ceramics. But we don't have that. We're lucky that we don't have all the knowledge, but we need to base ourselves somewhere. In a way, we have to earn money or we have to do something. If we don't get jobs from other people, we should come up with our own projects. I call myself a physical narrative designer. If somebody reflects on my work, that's where I get inspired from, because it gives me energy. Don't give a fuck if they tell you it doesn't work. Just do it.